right, welcome. So, what we got today, I'll actually move some things down real quick, is actually something that is plaguing my personal Joy-Con and plagues a lot of other people's Joy-Cons, and that's Joycon Drift. So, Joycon Drift, it's real, it's very real, unfortunately, where essentially you are sitting there, you're playing a game, but what happens is as you're playing the game, your character slowly walks to the left, in this case for me, or walks, essentially when you're not touching anything. So this is essentially what's happening for me, which is I'm been playing Animal Crossing, and all of a sudden it's just drifting bad. So that's what we're looking to fix today. So purposely doing this as most people would, which is going on Amazon, buying a kit and just installing with that kit. Now Nintendo will fix some of these for free, but as you can see, I put a custom case on it. Let me show you real quick. Look at that case. Look at that. It looks cool. I enjoy it. It matches the Switch and my other Joy-Cons. It's that Nintendo feel. Exactly, Nintendo. I love when you come in the chat and you say that, because it's so true. Like, Nintendo don't take responsibility for the Joy-Con drift. Because even the newer models of the Joy-Cons still are shipping with Joy-Con drift. So I'm sitting there playing Animal Crossing, and I'm doing terraforming in it, and my stick is just perfectly not being touched, and my character is walking to the left bad. Like, it's bad. So today I figured, I've taken these things apart before, again, obviously to put these shells on. I bought this off Amazon. It's like a kit, apparently. I haven't even opened it up. I really just wanted the Joy-Con joystick, because that's all you have to replace. But this thing came with a kit. I thought, like I said, I'd do it like how most people would, right? You'd get the whole kit. Like, maybe you don't have, I have a tri-wing screwdriver. Actually, I have it right here. But, this one comes with one, so there you go. It comes with tweezers, right? Like, how many more tweezers do I need, right? I've got all different types. But, again, I want to do it as authentic to see, okay, will this kit give you literally everything you need to do this? What even is this? Oh, this is to holster your tweezers. Thank goodness. It's very important. Very important. So essentially, that's what we're doing today. We're going ahead and taking a look at really the what your average person who's suffering this, how big of a deal it is to fix. Spoiler, it's not. It's actually really, really simple. Oh, they give you different things to go over too, little rubber things. Oh. Dear customer, thank you. So this is this brand that I'm using here. Viennick. So that's what we're going to be using. We're using their tools. They did not provide instructions, but that's fine for me. And I'm sure you could find this stuff online, these instructions. Okay, so even quickly looking, this is everything you'd need to do this. So tweezers, yeah, that's going to be used probably to take off all the little flex cables. You got little spudgers. These are always good to have. To kind of separate the plastic and stuff like that, and probably get the battery out. Although I've already gotten the battery out, so the tape should be still loose. They did include, okay, so a Phillips, good, and tri-wing, I'm assuming. Yes, tri-wing. That's how you get in this thing. So yeah, these are pretty cheap screwdrivers, but when are you going to use a tri-wing screwdriver, right? So for this one, I'm not putting on the microscope. You don't even need any of this stuff. Push that over, because again, I want to do this just as if you bought this package and you're doing this yourself. And again, it's right available on Amazon. So we're just gonna go with it. Even got my coffee here, so we can do some chill time. Again, don't forget, if you're not following me, again, please follow. We're trying to get that affiliate. So again, make sure to please follow on Twitch. Actually, the screwdriver's not bad. Definitely, you know, I don't say I've seen worse tri-wings, because, you know, most tri-wings are just what mine are, which is just a regular, you know, regular screwdriver type. But this here actually has one where when you're pressing down, you can turn it. So that's nice. It's good to get a little bit of torque in that. So it's good. It's actually, this screwdriver's not bad. And again, free with the kit, so just be careful not, you know, put in a lot of pressure when you do this, because you don't want to strip these screws. So, okay. So there's 4 screws on the outside. Again, all tri-wings. It's that weird one that'll be in there. Okay, and because this isn't the official shell, it shouldn't be too hard to separate it. If you need help on yours, because you have the one of the official shells, you just simply can go ahead and, you know, use the spudger. That's the point of it, point of having that. So, speaking of the screws, hard to get out. You know, you see my phone? I'm just checking the chat. I'll put this over here so it doesn't look, so you don't see it. So, a little spudger you can kind of take in and, you know, kind of separate the 2 parts here. Yeah. I got one screw that's just turning. I bet you the plastic's a little stripped off. To be honest, it's pretty cheap plastic, these cases, but they got a great look. You know, it's kind of funny because, you know, you go ahead and you look at these sweet, like, plastic, clear, transparent cases, and, you know, they sell on eBay, sell them cheap, sell them on Amazon, and you just kind of go like, Nintendo, why have you not capitalized on this? Like, you know, you think back to the N64, and that's what this reminds me of, is the N64 ice blue one that I have that I love. Oh my goodness. Love that one. And you think to yourself, like, okay, Nintendo, like, why don't you capitalize on that and do like a special edition Joy-Cons that, you know, and system, you know, do the fantastic colors, bring that back. Especially now with, you know, nostalgia being so big, like everyone is just like all about, you know, retro gaming right now. It's huge. Like, it's kind of crazy to me that they don't capitalize on that. But yeah, well, plastic in this one. I know, especially because like now when we want, you know, cases like this, we have to deal with this like cheap plastic. Just like, you know, like looks good, but then you're like, you know, super cheap. You could tell, you know. Even now I can see it bending a bit. It's like, yeah, see, in my particular case right now, it's the screw is totally, it's just stripped the plastic. The head is fine on it, but look at that cheap plastic. Yeah, it's just spinning in there. This driver will get that out. So actually, I think this screwdriver I used did strip the, yeah, it did strip the screw even with the pressure. Yeah. It's a negative for this kit, just that screwdriver alone. That was not good. Be really careful. Yeah, I think it did. Let me, see. Well, this nothing ever goes easy, right? It's crazy. I can't believe that screwdriver they included did strip it. So just be careful of that. Let's see if I can get it out. Yeah. That's crazy. I can't believe the screwdriver they included did. It stripped it. Wow. Sucky screwdriver. Granted, the screws suck too, but it's insane to me. It's insane. That's crazy to me. Alright, time to take out the big guns. Hold on. So what I'm doing here is drilling in a bit. So hopefully I'll be able to have something to grab onto in it. Worst case scenario, we just drill the screw right out. And really worst case scenario, we just crack the back of the Joy-Con, buy another cheap Joy-Con shell. Alright, so you shouldn't have to do this if you ever do this, but it's what we had to do to get it done. And that we did. There you go. So drilled it right out. And now we're in. Alright. Hopefully you will not ever have to do that. Oof. That stunk. But, oh well. Alright. So, the joystick's under here. What you have to do is you have to get there. And there's a lot of stuff in the way. So first thing you want to do is unplug the battery, which you can actually see where it, you know, obviously there is the big battery here. Wire goes right into there. So it should stand straight up, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember. Yeah, there you go. Just unplugs. And like I said, because this is, these are usually taped down, but because again, this is, I've already taken apart, it's gonna come out like that. Okay, this is important. There is, you want to take your regular Phillips now. So the tri-ring you're not going to need till the very end, so we'll put those off to the side because there's no tri-ring once you get in. So with the Phillips, you want to go ahead and unscrew the 1, 2 silver screws, 1, 2, and then this back one back here, this gold one. Leave this one in place. You don't need to take this one out. Okay, and again, they're Phillips. So. Oh yeah, these aren't magnetized though. That is nice for a screwdriver. You're working with small bits like this. Cool, once you get those 3 out, this should pop out. Oh no, I guess you gotta take that out too. I remember only taking out 3. Oh, so I guess you gotta take out all 4. There you go. And when you lift up, kind of move it over a bit because your left trigger is still in. Your ZL. So when you lift it over, you'll see this little tab here. And you can work around it, but it's just easier to like pop that thing out. Get it out of the way. So it's a little black thing on the other side. You just so then you can put this over here. And again, don't lose this little spring with the left trigger that sometimes comes out. All right, and there you are. You're at your joystick already. See, half of it really was just that strip screw. Oof. There are 2 screws for this. Oh, you want to take off this here too. This is a another one where we flip up that black switch and take out that ribbon cable because it goes right over that other screw you need to take out. There you go. You already got your Joy-Con removed basically. Just go ahead also with the black ribbon, black little tab with the ribbon cable. Whoop. You can kind of fish it through. And there you go. Done and done already. See how quick that is? Super quick. Alright, so you go into your new package here. I want to take a minute, kind of look at this third-party one here. Nintendo at least doesn't sell any OEM ones. You know, they don't sell any Nintendo branded ones that I could find. But oh, new tri-ring screws. Look at that. It's like they know. On these have little rubberized little things on them if you wanted, I guess. But not gonna concern ourselves with that. I choose my brand new joystick in. So again, ribbon cable facing downward on the Joy-Con. Put that cable in there. Put that joystick in. Make sure to put the other ribbon cable over that last screw hole. And just put that in there, screw that right in. Take this one and do the same in the bottom. Just kind of look, make sure everything's good, and then use your tweezers. Make sure that black tab is up and put the ribbon cable back in. Very important, because you know, if you don't put the ribbon cables in, well, it won't work. So, you know. It's an important step. Not a big fan of these actual tweezers. I'm gonna use my own. Doesn't seem to be grabbing it right. You can bend them all out of shape and maybe grab a little bit better, but sure it's pushed all the way in. And then close down that black flap. Remember, we took out 3 ribbon cables, so you want to go ahead, take this other one that went over the Joy-Con screw. Again, flip back up that. In this case, mine's gray. Yours might be gray or black flap. And just insert that in there. Get that ribbon cable in there. Close that flap down. Boom, boom, and boom. Get your left bumper. Make sure that's in there with the spring. Don't forget about the spring. It's not going to feel right. And this whole piece we took out. Remember, you got to put that back in. That ribbon cable. So go ahead and do that first. I'm just going to face it this way, it's going to be easier. I really don't like those tweezers they give. Sometimes I just get frustrated with tweezers anyway, because I just like want to do it with my fingers. Yeah. Push that in. The ribbon cable's good in one hand because they're, you know, they allow you to like, you know, make this thing disassemble pretty easily. But on the other hand, I hate ribbon cables. I like QSBs better, quick solder boards. But it would make this job harder, so. We'll put in these screws, these small Phillips screws. All 4 of them are in. Cool. Well, put this thing back on. You're already done. No, I got a little stuff on it. That's okay. Alright. Remember, these are tri-wings, so you need your tri-wing back out. And you don't have to do like a Herculean grip on these. But, you know, kind of press in as you turn it and get it nice and snug. Again, those, as you saw, are very easily strippable, these screws, so. Okay. And before you put back on the back, I just want to make sure those went in, because of the situation we had earlier. So then you want to go ahead to your final thing, which is the battery. And the battery goes back in, cord coming out this way, and then you just take your tweezers and you just plug it back in. Just line it up. And just push it into place, just right from the top, like top, right in. Cool. All right, so we tested our screws, so they will go in. Make sure the ribbon cable doesn't go in around. If it goes around, and it doesn't go near that screw hole. Get that in there. See, honestly, you don't even need, like, you need these screws obviously, but that's why I don't need too much pressure, because the pressure of the case itself, you know, the plastic will keep it closed too. So that's why you put the screws back in. You don't have to do a Herculean grip on it. You know, press firmly so you don't strip the head either, but just get it in there nice and snug. Just make sure they're going straight. That's what I'm doing there. I'm holding it to the side so I can line it up better. So I can make sure it's going in straight. Because they will want to, you know, they have a tendency to want to go to the side a little bit. Especially like the first couple of the four. Once they're lined up, get it right back in there. Man, I hate these tri-ring screws so much. I swear they're just made out of Play-Doh. Yeah, I think it is that screwdriver they supply for the tri-wing. It doesn't work as well as my old one that seems a little bit bigger but catches it better. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I even got this one out. Interesting. Okay, so the tri-wing screwdriver they supply isn't great. The Phillips seems fine. The Phillips screwdriver seems fine. But interesting. Really interesting. Just gonna hold that case closed. Oh yeah, see, much better. Yeah, that tri-wing. So in that case, now that we know what the problem was, so the Phillips screwdriver they supply is fine. This is fine. But the tri-wing they give is horrible. You can even see the difference between my tri-wing and the one that they put in the pack. So when you look at that, like, you can see the big difference between the size. Mine gripped that way better. Theirs stripped 2 of those tri-wing screws. So I don't recommend the screwdrivers they supply in this kit here that I got on Amazon. you're better off buying a separate one. So, how big are those screws again? This small. Those are some small screws. They are tiny, tiny screws that are in there. But yeah, so that's it. I mean, it's really not that hard. Again, the only headache we had in this one was that we had 2 tri-wing screws stripped because of this screwdriver, and we figured it out too because, you know, as I'm putting it in, it was stripping with this one, and then the second I put another one in, one of the extra ones in there with my regular one that I've used for Game Boy Advances and everything in between with the tri-wing, it was fine. So, and you can see the size difference is crazy. If you can just look at the size difference in the tips there, let's see if I can get that in. See? So this is the one they supplied. It's so small, it was just, you know, rounding out the inside of the head, versus this one actually gripped it. So again, otherwise, it's probably gonna be fine. I'll grab my Switch and we'll try it out real quick. But the big thing is that screwdriver. I can't believe just how bad it is. Oh my gosh. Wow. I might even just throw that out. I didn't want to put that in my kit. But yeah, so I'll go grab my Switch. It's right upstairs. And we'll try it out. Yeah, it's funny. That's exactly how I found out was Animal Crossing. Yep. I was playing Animal Crossing and my character just kept going to the left slowly as I wasn't even touching it. And it was annoying because as you're terraforming, I was just like, you know, just, oh, it was a nightmare. It was an absolute nightmare. Oh, so that's the whole reason why it sparked this, actually. It's funny you said that. Alright, let's put these bad boys on. Oh, this is a custom shell altogether, by the way. So, again, these cheap Chinese kits are really nice. I'm not gonna lie. It makes no sense why Nintendo doesn't do this. Like, you know, as someone who grew up with a N64, it's like, this is the fantastic blue. This is the you know, that I loved, that I have upstairs. So, yeah, let's load up some Animal Crossing, try it out, see how it goes. So what villagers? Yeah, I know, yeah. The transparent cases are so nice. And then if you notice on mine, I put the D-pad on it. So, because when I use my Joy-Con, it's only on this thing, you know, only in portable mode. And I want a D-pad for those like old arcade games that they have on there. So who you got in your village? Who you got in your village, Desk One? Who you got there? Got anyone good? Listen, I'm pretty happy with my villagers right now. My 10, I think I got a solid 10. I'm biased, but I think I got a solid 10. So far, it feels good. It actually feels really like the original. Oh, you got Hamlet. I love Hamlet. Hammy. I just love that. Hammy. He just wants to get buff. Little Hammy just wants to get buff. He's like the biggest jock ever. I do have a couple jocks. I have Sheldon, the squirrel, who's a jock, and I have Dom, the sheep, who's a jock. I actually have a lot of the new villagers. I have Raymond, Audie, Dom, and Kid. Although Kid's not a new one, but those are the big 3 new ones that I have. Raymond, Audie. I think it's the fox, and then Dom. Took a while to find them too. I had to go to a lot of islands, like a lot of islands to find Raymond. I think I went to. Trying to think how many Nook Mile tickets I had. It's probably close to 200. I probably ended up getting before I ended up getting them. Oh, I got Midge. That's right. I forgot about Midge. All right, so I'm gonna try this out. Best way to do it. Gotta look myself. I know their names. Just bad with putting names. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, dude, Raymond is worth it. I love Raymond. Like I love him. Especially because I like for work normally when we're not in where we are now. I dress up real nice. I have I wear a suit and a vest, and Raymond wears his vest. And his house is an office. It's fantastic. Actually, I'll show you real quick. Oh, we got a visitor at the campsite too. Oh. I'm excited. I didn't mean for this to turn into an Animal Crossing stream, I swear. Plus, I put it on my TV and use a capture card, but let's see. Make sure. Alright, so, oh yeah, one thing I forgot. Oh my goodness, how did I forget this? As I'm holding this thing in my hand, we gotta calibrate it. So once you do this, what you actually have to do is calibrate control sticks in the settings. So you go to control sticks and you just kind of calibrate. And then there you go. Turn the stick. Turn the stick, check that the circle color changes. Okay, yep. Okay, so far it's looking pretty good actually. It's getting good here. Alright. It's looking pretty good. Yeah. Even just seeing that, see, look at that. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, so we are calibrated. No drift. Let's hope that's that. Let's hope that fixed our problem. Rotate the stick. Just go to the calibration. Calibration complete. Alright. Yeah, it's feeling pretty good. Alright. Nice. Patrol jogs with Dom, I don't know. Alright, that's it. Yeah, it's definitely feeling better. I'm not feeling any drift. Buttons are all working. Well, everything's working. I think we call this one a success.